It is a club I love and a city I love as well. So all my critics, the people who were saying I should leave, should shut their mouths. Now I am back in the team. As statements go, it was a bold one. Alberto Moreno choosing the eve of Liverpool's trip to Newcastle to deliver a defiant riposte to those who doubt him. After all, football fans love indulging in a spot of schadenfreude. One error at St James' Park and the headlines would have written themselves. It's been a strange couple of months at Anfield, but Moreno's recovery from fringe player to first-teamer has been one of the more surprising occurrences. This, remember, is a player who started just 2 league games last season, and who would have been sold had Napoli or anyone else for that matter offered £15 million in June. Then, the chances of the Spaniard becoming a Reds regular were slim at best. James Milner, a right-footed midfielder, had kept him out of the side for an entire campaign, and another senior left-back was to be signed. Andy Robertson's £10 million arrival from Hull would be confirmed within a month. At that point, the end looked nigh for Moreno, a popular figure with teammates and with Jurgen Klopp, but one whose performances had simply never convinced. A poll of supporters at that point would, it is fair to say, have backed that viewpoint. But watching the 25-year-old against Manchester United on Saturday, it was hard not to reflect on the transformation. Moreno is very much back, and maybe we were all wrong. This was his 10th appearance of the campaign. He managed just 18 in the whole of last season, and one which showcased the clear improvements he has made. The doubters may not be convinced yet, but it's time to give credit where it is due. Moreno has earned his shirt, and doesn't look like he'll be giving it away anytime soon. The turning point, it would seem, came against Bayern Munich in pre-season. Just a friendly, they will say, but his performance in the Allianz Arena, sharp, aggressive, pacey, focused, offered a reminder of his virtues. He hasn't looked back. "I'm a fighter, I never give up," he told one national newspaper last month. "When we signed Robertson, it gave me more strength and made me focus even more." Robertson was suited and booted for United's visit, the Scot watching on as Moreno tussled with Ashley Young, Romelu Lukaku, and co. We've seen precious little of the £10 million man so far, a nod to Moreno's performances as well as Robertson's own adaptation period. Much was made of the ambition, or lack of it, shown by Jose Mourinho and his side, but impressive was how Liverpool, Moreno included, kept playing on the front foot, offering very little encouragement to United's star-studded attack. One moment in the first half stood out, Moreno losing possession just inside his own half, leaving Anfield in fear. But as Lukaku looked to progress, in came the fullback, from behind, to correct his mistake. Perfectly judged, perfectly timed, as was his block on Young after Mignolet had denied Lukaku just before the break. United tested him aerially, aiming diagonals out to Young or to Antonio Valencia if he dared cross the halfway line. Moreno, not the biggest nor the most commanding, dealt with it admirably. Going forward, his use of the ball was sensible, safe and occasionally excellent. As we know, as an attacking fullback, he's a pretty good one. As a defensive one, he's improving, slowly but surely. He'll need more to convince everybody. Of course, the scars of Basel are still visible, for some, and he remains a rather hyperactive figure, but at present there is not much more he can do. Put it this way, had Liverpool signed him this summer, we would be talking about a very shrewd piece of business, would we not? The trick now is to build on this improvement. He's managed to shut a few people up with his start to the season. Now his job is to make sure those mouths stay closed.